I don't blame you if you happen to have missed this announcement last month because there was a lot going on. But Possessors is one game that you are probably going to want to keep an eye on. Yes, it's being developed by the same Heart Machine that's currently working on Hyperlight Breaker, more on that later, and yes, it is simply stunning. Escape a sprawling, flooded city overrun with surreal, interdimensional horror in this fast-paced action side-scroller, with combat inspired by platform fighters and a story told through dangerous characters. It's set in a deep, interconnected world ready for exploration. This game takes place in a brand new world unrelated to the Hyperlight series, and you take control of Luca, this sort of glowing pastel demon, and her counterpart Rem, who seems to be sort of reluctantly helping her, bound by some unbreakable bond, maybe even possessed. The megacity that we're exploring together has been flooded by some interdimensional catastrophe. Skyscrapers have collapsed, buildings have been ripped apart, and some powerful energy source permanently lights up the sky. Possessors is not being called a Metroidvania, but the word interconnected is used a few times throughout its description, meaning we will be able to circle back to areas we've already been to before and maybe find new shortcuts. And the weapons and upgrades that we do find will let us, quote, explore previously inaccessible areas. There are multiple different paths for us to wander down in sort of an open-ended structure, and we will have to pay close attention in order to discover the truth behind what happened, meeting different characters along the way and hearing about their stories and struggles too. It also does not seem to be a roguelite, which I am very excited about. But it still will be a fast-paced action game full of platforming, swinging, jumping, and of course fighting. Ground and air attacks, combos, bosses, and a huge arsenal to choose from, including an electric guitar. All that's left to do now is wait for a more in-depth gameplay trailer. Possessors is supposedly releasing next year, and I'm very intrigued by the project and just Heart Machine as a whole. Their current project, Hyperlight Breaker, which I think we all assumed was the only game that they were working on, is now coming to early access in late summer, so within the next 2 months. The game's release has already gotten pushed back a couple times, and I can't help but wonder how this new project fits in here. I couldn't find any information on who exactly is working on Possessors, if there's any crossover, or if it's pretty much 2 separate teams, but this one will be published by Devolver. Hyperlight Breaker, on the other hand, is being published by Art Games. Solar Ash was published by Annapurna, and their first game, Hyperlight Drifter, was self-published. So lots of different publishers and lots of different art styles too. I think it's pretty cool that Heart Machine keeps experimenting with their game's visuals, but all their work still has this sort of neon glow to it that ties it all together. They've done top-down pixel art, super stylized 3D open worlds, and now a hand-drawn action platformer. So who knows what's next? But I suppose we should let them finish these 2 games first. For now, I'll leave you all with a few final words from creative director Alex Preston. The world of Possessors is an unsettling place where beauty and decay coexist. It's hopeful, it's dark, and it's waiting for you to explore it.